Welcome to the European Student Card Router video tutorial. In this video, you will learn how to access the ESC router and how to issue and manage European student cards in the system. You can also find detailed information on this process in the European Student Card General Specifications document available in the European Student Card Initiative portal or in the ESC Terms and Conditions. Remember, to use the ESC router you should be registered in the correct user category, be it as a higher education institution, a public authority, or a third-party processor. To access the ESC router, use the following URL displayed on the screen. Authenticate with your EU login or My Academic ID account and follow the system instructions, or register if you don't have an account yet. First, login. When you or the authorized person from your organization log into the new ESC router for the first time, you can only access the Documentation and Organizations tabs since the organization is not activated yet. To activate it, go to the Organizations tab and click on the stamp icon. Once you click on the stamp icon, you will see the different legal documents that the authorized person of your organization must accept. Once accepted, the system will activate all the functionalities and tabs of the ESC router, so you can proceed to issue or manage your European student cards. Overview of functionalities. The ESC router allows you to manage your institution's student data in 3 different ways. First, manually, by completing the information of the card in the cardholders and card management subsections. This option is ideal for managing cards individually, for example issuing or deleting few cards. Second, by uploading a CSV file in the Import Cards subsection. This option is suitable for managing information of various European student cards. Third, another way to manage students' data is using the technical integration, an API. These ways of managing student data will be explained in detail throughout the tutorial. Now, we will explore the different actions that can be performed in the ESC router. To start, navigate to the menu on the left side of the screen, where there are different sections you can access. Click on the European Student Cards option, and a related sub-menu will be displayed. In the Cardholders subsection, you can access your students' information. Remember, the cardholders are the students, and you can only access and manage the data of the students in your organization, or the organization you are linked to. As mentioned previously, the first way to add a new ESC in the system is by creating it manually. To do so, first add a new cardholder by clicking on the plus new button. Populate all the relevant fields and then click on Submit. You can view the entry information by clicking on the eye icon or edit it by clicking on the pencil icon. In the Card Management subsection, you can associate the cardholder to an ESC. To do so, click on the plus new button. Select the student and populate all the relevant fields and then click on Submit. A European student card number will be created. Click on Back to return to the previous section to view or edit the details of a card or to delete it. The second way to manage student data is to import cards from a CSV file in the Import Cards subsection. A CSV is a comma-separated values text file. It should include the following values: European Student Identifier, ESC number, your organization's participant identification code, email address, name, expiry date, academic level, and card type. The values should be separated by commas, and there should be no spaces. From this subsection, you can download a CSV file template where the first row is provided as an example. To upload the CSV file, click on Choose File or drag it to the relevant section and click on the Submit button. In the section of the menu related to card validation, you can enter any European student card number to validate the ESC manually. The third way to manage student data is through an Application Programming Interface, API. To do this, go to the Organizations section. Here, you can view the information of your institution, edit it or check the details of the API by clicking on the eye icon. A new page will be displayed, where you can find the credentials for the technical implementation and generate an API token using the +Add button. If your organization is a higher education institution that has already implemented the API in the previous ESC router, that version of the API remains valid. In the documentation section, you can find information about the first version of the API under the backwards compatibility subsection. You just need to remember to regenerate the API token when starting to use the new ESC router for the first time. Nevertheless, a new and improved API is also available, and we encourage all organizations to implement it. You can consult the technical documentation to start implementing the new API under the current version subsection. Finally, let's look at the Administrative Users section. Here, functional administrators can invite colleagues by email and assign them specific roles. These roles can be either technical administrator or functional administrator. A technical administrator has access to important resources, such as technical documentation and API tokens. A functional administrator, on the other hand, does not have access to these technical resources but can still manage other administrative tasks. This setup ensures that responsibilities are clearly defined and access is tailored to each user's role. For further information, visit the ESCI portal and consult the available materials and the FAQ section.